Hi everyone, how are you doing? I really appreciate you stopping by, and I hope all is well. Found a very strange one for you, and this is important, I thought, to find out what a official Jehovah's Witness definition of evil is. So I'm on this video page. It's Jehovah's Witnesses Circuit and Special Day Assemblies. As you can see, you've got jw.org, but not in the blue. So, guessing this isn't official, and it is also monetized. But it's quite busy. So, what was the one I was going to... Lots. Oh dear, let's have a go here. Right, so the one I'm wanting, they posted up yesterday. This is the one. It's a public talk, How to Conquer with the Good. I want you to have a look at a few of their points, and I want to know what you think. It's crazy. Here we are in the talk. I've speeded it up a little bit for your listening comfort. Here we go straight into it.
A lot more down to earth than that. What we're going to look at is the evils that we personally face,
Right, okay.
And how we can overcome them.
Right.
What do you think of when you think of something as being evil?
Okay, then I want you to just have a quick think yourselves. There's going to be a whole list, isn't there? What do you think of when you think of something that's evil? Let's see what he says.
What comes to your mind? Well, it's interesting that one definition of evil is this. It's anything that results in pain, sorrow, or distress.
Okay,
Now,
where did he get that quote from? He doesn't tell us, but it's evil, he's saying, doesn't justify this, is anything that results in pain, sorrow, distress. No way, no way. You're going to say childbirth is evil? You might be thinking that while you're going through it, but you know what I mean. That just doesn't add up. See what else he
when you figure that out as a definition of evil, well, doesn't it broaden out perhaps the things that we consider as evil?
They really want you to look at the world as evil. I'm going to see if I can find that quote anywhere back in it. Well, I've not been able to find anything online that relates to his definition of evil. Now, remember with these speakers, what they're given to say is very accurately or very, very precisely given to them in their talk outlines. We have ex-elders who are in our community, and they've explained things. So you get the things they want you to say. You can join them up a bit personally, but then you've got your Bible quotes. Everything's there. So this isn't him talking. This is Watchtower talking.
In fact, all of us in our lives, well, we experience evil in many different forms. Perhaps it could come as poor health, maybe accidents that we face, natural disasters, disappointments, injustices, losses of various kinds, perhaps the loss of a dear loved one. Even just the hurtful talk and perhaps thoughtless actions of others can cause us to feel pain and sorrow, and then they come under that class of things that we...
Did you find any of those things evil? I'll put up a list. I mean, bad health. Yeah, tell us. A lot of us will be going to tell me about it. But I don't regard it as evil. It's blooming annoying and frustrating, but it's not evil. That's a total different thing. Now, injustice, he mentioned, that can be evil. That can be evil, depending on the sequence of events. So, so say if a child has been abused, and then it's that child and family are prohibited or punished, if they go to the police, if they get psychological support, and then later as an adult going to courts for justice, and still the organisation, Watchtower we're talking about, you know that, if they dispute and deride the victim, that is evil. You got that one right. Are disasters evil? Now, if someone deliberately derails a train causing death, yeah, that could be seen as evil. Could be. Maybe the person is mentally ill at the time and has no comprehension what they're doing. So even then, there's lots of disasters. Flood, well, can be, obviously people in their hearts are going to be distressed. Just so much, I got overwhelmed with the thought of it. One of my lovely grandmothers, she got caught in a flood, and she was being swept away, and she managed to hang on to something. She was very elderly at the time, and a policeman came and used these things and got her back, because where she lived was prone to flooding. But is it evil? Is it evil if there's heavy rain and banks burst and things? Is that evil? if you go around and exploit the people, so say that you go around and you have free workers, and you go in afterwards and say, "Hey, we're from your church, and we've got free workers. Let us repair your house for you," and the person's got insurance, so then the church takes the insurance money, and it's been done for free, and it's not really up to standard. Might be taken advantage of someone. Could be free. Does that sound familiar, Watchtower? Does that sound like you? Have you ever done that? Who knows? Yes, you have.
Us as evil. And so the evil we face, well, it can cause us immense suffering, both physically and emotionally. So how do you react when you face evil?
There can be great suffering from all those things he's mentioned. Absolutely. But you're not suffering from evil. That's not evil putting that upon you. An accident is just, it just be life. You can have obviously huge suffering afterwards. Huge suffering, but that doesn't mean it was evil caused that. Everyone to look around and every single thing that happens is evil. Of course, who's behind evil? Satan, the devil. It's so unhealthy.
So how do you react when you face evil?
Well, really, yeah.
People react in different ways, don't they? But one very common thing that people do, a human tendency, it seems, is to become resentful and perhaps blame someone else. Now, when ones look at the suffering in the world, isn't it true that they often will blame God because of that? It seems that's the reaction when someone faces hardship.
Unless you're Jehovah's Witness and you blame apostate. Sorry, I had to say that.
Others retaliate and seek vengeance. Now, think of all the wars that have been in history, many that are going on right now. And isn't that true? That's all because of that desire to retaliate when evil was done.
Right. Now, that he's not very up to date, is he, on his contemporary fighty stuff. It's not about retaliation these days. There might be some local aspects of things, but it's not about retaliation. It's about, war is about money. Money. Dearie me. He says it's all, everyone's about retaliation. No, it's not. That's not how it works.
And we know from experience that doesn't work either. Well, the Bible actually shows us the very best response that we can have when we face evil. So let's have a look at the Bible and just see what that is. Please turn your Bible to Romans chapter 12, and we'll read verse 21. And our discussion this afternoon is a Bible-based discussion, so we'll be looking at a number of scriptures that can help us to get God's viewpoint on things, our Creator's viewpoint. But you notice here in Romans 12:21, the proper response when we face evil. It says there, "Do not let yourself be conquered by the evil, but keep conquering the evil with the good." Well, you notice that's actually the theme of our discussion.
That's very real. That's a really good response. It can be difficult to get there. Sometimes it has to be a bit of a process. There are just so many variations on this. I'm going to see if there's anything else he's got in here to will drive me crazy. But what do you think? What are they doing to people to tell them that just normal things in life, normal things are evil? This is so bad. So you're gonna have a car accident. I hope it's just the car that's hurt, not you. Well, that was evil. It was so evil. Also, you got some pain in your leg afterwards, which gives you bad health. You know, it goes on and on. That's evil. That's evil. No, it's not. It's life. Life. Evil things happen. Even that term can be very difficult to use, evil. It just really depends. But there's life, and you can't define life, even with all the pain and distress. You can't define that particularly as evil. But can you see how they stop people wanting to live this life? They try and get people to shut down on this life because everything outside their door is evil. Anything can be evil. And they're going to shut down, and they're not going to have hope in this life. They're not going to have hope. So they're wanting them to push forward all these just round the corner, living forever on earth. And it's just about to happen again, as many of us have experienced for decades. It's locking people in, putting them in a state of despair. And that in itself is evil. That is evil. Rather than getting people to just move out with life, spread out, but they can't control people if they do that. I think this premise, I'm not saying I'm not saying that this chap himself is evil or anything like that, not at all. But the talk that he's been given to do, if one goes into it and looks at the consequences, That's evil. They're not allowing, they're not showing people the joy of life. And it's not all joy and happiness and rainbows and unicorns. No, it's not. It's so many things. But what are they showing here? Sorry, I go on, but I want to kind of just go into wherever he was doing that. I don't know if they have some have windows and some don't. Open the windows and get the air in and say, that is what you've been given. If you feel a spiritual person, then appreciate what has been given. And as we do know, sometimes from what seems disastrous, what seems really bad, good, real good can come out of it. Real good. So anyone who is going around thinking the world is bad, it's going to be so bad for mental health. It's going to get people, if the tendency to be depressed and suicidal, this is where sort of where it's going. Please open your doors, open your windows, open yourself. Be sensible. Be sensible. Like you wouldn't leave your door perhaps open all night, would you? See, it'd be that was the same with yourself. This talk. Sorry, can't cope. So I've moved on a bit. He's been talking about the consequences of evil, how to avoid evil, looking ahead, different things. And also he said we can do things to break this, lessen the consequences of evil. So if a child has been evilly abused in the congregation, you can lessen the consequences. He's not mentioned anything like that. He's not mentioned about to overcome evil with good. He's not mentioned about love. I don't know if he's going to, but love is the force behind. Sometimes if it's an individual who has done something terrible, compassion for the person. You don't always have to have it. Sometimes you just think you're evil. Go out, they may have done something absolutely, which people would regard as unforgivable. So fair enough, but it's not mentioned anything like that. So it's interesting. But now here we go. Buckle up.
What can we do to make sure we always conquer it with good? Well, for the remainder of our talk, we're actually going to look at specific situations that we will face in our life, and we'll look at how we can handle them in a way that we're conquering them with good. Now, remember, before we even start talking, that as we mentioned, this idea of conquering takes effort. Goodness is a proactive quality. And so, yes, it will take effort to do this, but if we do it, it will be well and truly worth the effort. So let's look at a few different situations. Now, one area in life where sadly we do face evil, and remember that's anything that could cause us suffering, is in our relationships with others. Have you ever been hurt by someone? Well, sadly, it does happen, doesn't it?
Ever been hurt by someone? Yeah, and you know what? I hurt people. Really may not intend to. But, and especially online, I think it's very hard because you can write stuff, but they can't see your facial expression, what you really mean. And sometimes I've written stuff and someone's taken it the opposite way and got very upset. I keep saying, no, I didn't, honestly, I didn't mean it. It's very difficult, but that doesn't mean evil. I don't have evil intent. Maybe other times I may be blooming annoyed with someone, and then my tongue is sharper. Sometimes I regret that afterwards. But then do I particularly think that someone who comes then at me, who hurts me, is that evil? No. It can be ignorance, misunderstanding, just where that person is in life, other things. There's so many times we're all hurt, and we hurt others. It's a two-way thing. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. It's something to consider, but not evil. It's not evil, lad.
So the very first evil that we'll look at is when others offend us.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. How is that evil? Excuse me.
The Bible gives us some very good counsel how to respond when others hurt us. In Ephesians chapter 4.
What?
And verse 32.
It's not evil.
Notice the counsel that we've been given there. Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 32.
Get on with it. Go on. This is on speed up, remember.
It says there, but become kind to one another, tenderly compassionate, freely forgiving one another, just as God also by Christ freely forgave you. So one way that we can conquer this evil of others offending us is to, as it mentions in the scripture, freely.
I'm glad that compassion came up. And actually, Jesus got mentioned. Let me just pass out and just fan my face a minute. Oh, dearie me.
forgive one another. So, yes, just think, well, yeah, I understand they've hurt me, but I will forgive and hopefully forget what they've done.
It's not evil.
Now, what can help us to do that is to realise that on the whole, people don't go out of their way to hurt us. So when you've been hurt, it's not usually an intentional thing, but it's something that just happens.
And it's not evil.
We all react differently to situations. And so what happens to one person that might hurt them, it won't even worry another person at all, perhaps.
Sorry, you have
I liken it a bit to allergies. Now, some people are very sensitive in certain areas to different products.
Right, fast forward.
It will...
Okay, have you got your irony shield on? Here we go, big irony alert. I'm going to give you a warning.
What I talk about is the love of money as an evil. Now, the love of money has caused many to forget Bible principles. And please turn your Bibles to 1 Timothy chapter 6.
I know. Can't stand it. Just as a bit of a fun point, as I say, this is commercialized, what do we call it? Approved for ads. And let me show you what they were advertising just before this. Okay, they have no control over the ads before, but I just love all this stuff. Yeah, the ad which they showed, you can see it underneath the picture. It's Wealth and Legacy, and it was I just saw a few opening seconds, and it was about people. It says, "What happens if you were really rich, and what do you do with your money?" And it's true, actually. Money doesn't have to be a burden. You can do a lot of good with money if you'll think about it. So it doesn't have to be. Isn't it funny? Watchtower mustn't love money. I don't know anyone like that. So of course, with the money one, it was about they came up to what happens if your boss needs you to do overtime or work that's going to take you away from the meeting. Yeah, expect that. It's a strange one. I didn't hear any evils mentioned, but now really everything's evil. Just stay indoors. I think I'd build a little black box in a black room and hide inside it. I didn't hear any mention of love other than the love of money. Yeah, maybe I missed it, but I'd have thought that would be the big inspiration to conquer anything that goes on, even as hard as it may be sometimes. Well, thank you for your time. Anyone who's still breathing at this point, bye for now.